Okay, so guys, I thought I was that last episode of the Winnipeg GM mode was going to be the last one of the uh, of Winnipeg, but I decided to do one more because I forgot to do the season wrap up and all that good stuff. So first, let's check the GM tracker. um, we earned veteran GM status, and we were so close to star GM. So let's just take a look here at everything. Top offensive player apparently was Ryan Pilon. Top defensive player was Morgan Riley, even though he's an offensive defenseman. Trying to look for playoff history. So there you can take a look at the most Stanley Cups earned. So Chicago got 3, Anaheim got 2, Columbus, Edmonton, Arizona, Toronto, and Washington got the others. So we made 19 trades apparently. We signed 28 free agents. Just going through some pointless stats here. Playoff history. We qualified for the playoffs 6 out of 10 years. Unfortunately, we didn't win the Stanley Cup, and yeah, here's our little chart. So here you can take a look. Obviously, the first 4 years didn't go so well, but after that, we had at least 90-point seasons or better. So, I mean, we definitely got better. There's no question about that. But we didn't improve in the playoffs. So that's something we need to work on for the next GM mode. Is building the team for the playoffs. Maybe get some more two-way forwards and power forwards in there rather than like 6 scorers. I think that we had. Contracts doesn't matter. Yeah, this doesn't matter at this point, but we'll just do this anyway. Why not? Let's check the stats for the playoffs. We'll do NHL and AHL because I just want this to be one big wrap-up video. So there's your Winnipeg Jets. NHL. Letivuri on the Maple Leafs had the most points with 24. Phil Kessel had 22. And Matthew Barzal and JVR had 21. Let's take a look at the goalies. Oh God, John Gibson. Oh, excuse me. 1.69 save percentage, or goals against average in 26 games. Oh God, I don't know what's going on. Got the hiccups. So it looks like Anaheim was 1 win away from winning the cup. Unless they had a backup goaltender in there for 1 game. Oh yeah, they did. So they did win the cup. Looks like, yeah, so we'll do AHL now. Check out what happened down there. So there's St. John's, AHL. Tony Kiprusov on the Albany Devils had the most points. He's an 81 overall though, so I don't expect that. Check out the goaltenders. These two guys, Igor Bobkov and Thomas Charnquist. Not bad. Actually very good for this game. So let's take a look at team stats for the playoffs. So these were all the teams in the playoffs. Goals for per game, we're pretty bad. Goals against per game, we were actually first. Power play. It's not that bad, but could have been better. Penalty kill could have been better. So obviously had a lot to work on. Let's just check out the playoff tree real quick. So yep, Anaheim Ducks versus Toronto Maple Leafs. There's the East. There's the West. Let's check out the AHL as well. So the Albany Devils won against the Toronto Marlies. There's the East. There's the West. Just pause the video if you need to, or if you want to see those. So here's the awards. Anaheim Ducks won the Stanley Cup. Obviously, President's Trophy, your Winnipeg Jets. Clarence Campbell, Anaheim Ducks. Prince of Wales, Toronto Maple Leafs. Art Ross Trophy, Nathan MacKinnon. Hart Memorial, Nathan MacKinnon. James Norris, Morgan Riley, taking home some hardware. Lady Bing, Nathan MacKinnon. Calder, Robert Jacobs of Toronto. Conn Smythe, John Gibson. Yeah, I'd imagine so, with a 1.69 goals against average. Vezina Trophy, Julio Bilia, 3 years in a row. Way to go, son. And then William M. Jennings, Julio Bilia once again. So he's a top goaltender in the NHL now. So it's just too bad his career had to be shortened to only a few years. Bill Masterton, Carl Alsner, Frank J. Selke, Jonathan Toews, Ted Lindsay, Nathan MacKinnon, Maurice Richard, Nathan MacKinnon, and there you go. Let's take a look at the team standings too. Why not? See where we could have improved this season. Our goals against average, or goals for average, was 4th in the NHL, 3.3, so no complaints there. Goals against average was 1st, so no complaints there. Power play was 5th, so no complaints there. And penalty kill was 2nd, well, tied for 1st actually, so again, no complaints. We really just weren't a playoff team, it looks like, because we dominated a lot of the categories in the NHL. Like we were 4th year, 1st year, 5th year, and then tied for 1st year. So I mean, I don't know what else we could have done right in the season besides maybe win 29 more games. But I mean, that's unreal. But so it just looks like we're not. I'm trying to think of a real life team to compare us to, like maybe the Pittsburgh Penguins of a couple of years ago. Like they're a great regular season team, but awful in the playoffs, sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, we just not a playoff team. Trying to take a look here. You know what, let's take a look at the final roster. Why not? So we got Backstrom, Berchi, Bilia, Bjorkstrand, Bushnell, Como, Elliott, Graves, Henrique, Hodgson, Josephson, that guy, Lowry, Mrazek, Niederreiter, Pilon, Riley, your captain, Damon Severson, Matt Spencer, Patrick Weirkach. So great regular season team, but we got to move on now. Thank you, Morgan Riley, for your years of service, as well as Graves, and Belia especially. I'd say out of anyone, I'd say Julio Belia was probably our the MVP of this GM. Maybe tied with Morgan Riley, sort of thing. But yeah, you can't really compare skaters and goalies. So I guess Belia was obviously the goalie of our franchise, and Riley's probably the skater of the franchise. So if I were to continue this GM longer than 10 years, those two guys would definitely stay here, likely their entire careers. Or at least until they get old and then start to drop off, then we trade them. But yeah. Let's take a look at progress reports. I never really bothered to check this too often, but I guess I should. Starting next GM mode. Although, one thing I do want to do is I want to focus on the Columbus Blue Jackets season a little more, as well as the Ilya Kovalchuk Live the Life. So I want to try to, because I want to try to get some variety going. So you're not just seeing GM modes all the time. Because I know there's people who like to watch fantasy draft seasons as well as Live the Life. Because, I mean, even though Live the Life for me is just highlights, I still think it's pretty interesting. I might be able to tweak it a little bit, but it does take a long time to make since I record all 3 periods and then just throw all the highlights in. So hopefully you guys like that. And really at this point I'm just talking about future plans, because there's nothing really much more to do in the game. But I think I'm gonna get the Columbus stuff restarted. And I'll try to get Ilya Kovalchuk out at least once a week, because as I said, that takes a long time to make, to put like highlights into one video and all. And look at that, Fleshler's in the free agent list, and he hasn't grown above an 80, so we made the right decision with Belia. And if you guys forgot, Fleshler was the other drafted goalie that we had in the same year as Belia, because we drafted 2 goalies that year, and they were both 4.5 goal to start potential. But it looks like Belia was definitely the better choice. But yeah, we're just about done here, so I will see you guys in the next video. And this is indeed the finale for Winnipeg Jets, so we'll see you another day, Winnipeg. But for now, we're signing off. See you guys later.